Hello everyone, what's up guys? Actually, I would like to share what I have learned while building an inline content editor using pure JavaScript, HTML and CSS without using any libraries, and I have been struggling to find a robust solution for this, and finally I have different solutions, but the final solution using range method is one of the robust method that can be used to build an inline content editor, which is also called what you see is what you get editor. That's a standard name, but let's make it simple and call it inline content editor. So the final output would be you would be able to make like HTML area in a document editable, plus you can select a piece of text from the content editable area and then apply different actions. For example, S3, you can even select a piece of plain text along with a colorful anchor text. For example, this is within a anchor link, so you can even select a plain text with an anchor link and apply different action. For example, I can make a half of it h4 and then half of it an anchor link. Similarly, I can select the half of the text which is red in color and a plain text and apply other action. For example, let's say s3, and you can see in the HTML the selected half piece of text is in s3 and then the remaining is in as a plain text as expected. So half of it is red, half of the selected text is within s3. So this is what I would like to explain. How did I build this? Basically there are three different methods. I also have a blog about this. So basically there are three different methods using string replace method, which is JavaScript's string replace function, and then there is document.execCommand method, and then the robust solution is using range object method. I will go through the code later on. So let's begin with string replace method. So I have a sample piece of code which is also available in my GitHub account, all three codes using string replace method, document exec method, and then finally a range object method. Let's start with a string replace method. So basically we need to understand sorry, we can make any HTML document content editable by using content editable equal to true attribute. For example, let's take this is JSConf page. I could probably select an HTML element, for example this one, and then make, right now I can't select anything, it's like this is a default browser behavior, but I can't click on it and then make it editable. But using content editable attribute, content content editable equal to true, I can make this area content editable, and then I can get the selected piece of text using windows that get selection. For example, I could say window dot get selection object, and then there is the toString method which will give you the selected text that you have selected. For example, I could select the second block of text for, let's say, until this invitation, and now I can get that selected piece of text using window.getSelection.toString method. Now if I want to replace, let's say, JSConf EU, for example this one, with my name, for example, then I could actually get this DOM element. I can get the DOM element using, I can select this DOM content editable area, and then I could get that DOM element using $0. We can check it. So this is a P element, which means this one. So I could say I could get a new content, for example, new content equals to $0 dot. Okay, I'm missing something. Sorry. Actually, the idea is we should get the selected text first. The selected text is equal to window dot get selection, and then the to string. So the selected text is empty because I didn't select this. Because I didn't select a piece of text from the document. Now I should get selected text. Sorry, selected text I already been declared. Okay, no problem. I can remove this selected text. So now we have a selected text. So what I could do is I can now I want to replace this selected text with my name. So I can say, so let a new content be selected text dot sorry, I should select the whole HTML, or I should select the whole inline editable area 0 dot inner text, and then I want to replace selected text with my name. So I could write EU. So now I can check the new content. New content is, you can see the text has been replaced with Jitendra EU is a professional, not profit, blah 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 blah. Now I have to replace the selected, I have to select the content editable area, and then I could replace the existing inner text with a new content. Then is equal to new, sorry, typo. Voila, you can see the content has been changed using content editable attribute, window dot get selection to string function. So these are the basic building blocks to build inline content editable editor. So this is by using string dot replace method, because I have used this inner text $0 dot inner text is an string form of this HTML block, in which we can use is replace string replace function and then provide the selected text and then replace that with a new text. So this can be used, this concept can be used to build a simple inline editor. For example, I could select this small piece of text and then apply, make it h2. So you can see there was a div element, this is content editable area, that's why it's content editable equal to true, and then we have a div which has h2 after applying this action. And now the next method is using document.exec method. So we can also build this content editable, or sorry, content editor, inline content editor, using a native exec command function. What we can do is we could select a piece of text like this, and then we can say document dot exec command, and then we can supply different commands available to format a text. For example, format block with h1. This is a default value. False is a default value. If we execute this one, you can see the whole block has been formatted with h1. I can make it h2. If you want to check the HTML content, we can see the whole content block has been formatted with h2. This is actually good to build a simple inline content editor. You can find list of available commands using this link, developers Mozilla. So you can use different commands to format a block, to change the back color, to make it bold. So you can go through the document which can be used along with this document.execCommand, but this has certain limitations. If you want to change, let's say, a font size of this and then wrap the selected text with the span ul or li, we don't have any way to do that using exec command. So that was actually a problem for me. Therefore, after researching through several blog posts, reading different libraries from third-party vendors, I found a way to do that, and it's called range object method. So with this range object method, what we can do is we can select a piece of text and then we can get a range. So the range object method actually selects a segment of a text and then creates different nodes from it. Using this range object method, we are also able to select a plain text along with other HTML element text, for example anchor text. As I showed you in the beginning of the video, we can select a plain text along with a text which is an anchor link and then apply the action. In this way, it will wrap the half of the selected text in h4 tag as expected, and then half of it is still wrapped in anchor tag. Similarly, the red block, we can do the same. We can apply any kind of HTML elements. We can wrap this within ul and li. You can see we have wrapped the content within the li tag. So how did I implement this inline content editor? So there is a simple piece of code. So there are three different methods. I will focus on inline content editor using range object method. So there is a small basic HTML page which uses simple styles, and then there is editor.js JavaScript file. Inside this, you can see I have a click event listener on edit controls. Edit controls means all these elements, whatever you want to edit within a content editable area. So I am just trying to get the command that we have selected. It can be h1 tag, h2 tag, anything else. And then here's the main part of the editor. So we can get the selected content using window.getSelection and then get range 0, get the first element of the selected area, and then create a new text node with the existing content using range.toString. So this is our old content. We can create new element, for example h1, or ULLI, it can be anything. So whatever you have selected, let's say I have clicked on S3 in this code. Let's say when I click on this S3, if I select something and then if I click on S3, so this old content will be the selected content, er since blah 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 until make, and then the new element will be an empty S3, and then I can append the old content within the S3, and then delete old range object content, which means the selected one, like the previous plain text, I can delete that, and then insert a new node with h3 wrapped content. In this way we can create any kind of HTML element. It can be span, ULLI, div, image tags, anything, and then wrap old content within that tag and delete the old content and insert a new content within a selected area. This is the main part, adding a new content within the selected content area. So this is by using pure HTML, CSS and JavaScript without using any third-party libraries. So that's all I wanted to explain. It took me quite a long time to figure out this method, but finally I have it, and I'm happy to share this knowledge with everyone who is struggling to build this kind of, what you see is what you get in line editor. Actually this is in, you can find about what you see is what you get in line editor. There's a big content related to what you see is what you get content in editor. So that's all. I hope it was